Hi, it's Tim Richardson of BAITBIGFISH.com. Today I'm going to help you with a very simple old school carrier attractor bait based on, insoluble binders, soluble binders and attractors, true feeding trigger elements, and we're going to turn it into an alcohol producing fermented cultured bait, ideal for all year round. And let's get straight into it. So, first thing we're going to do is make a very simple base mix. So traditionally, here we go, we've got semolina, and the reason I've got that there is to show you just how insoluble this stuff is. So it's formed a layer on the bottom. That's what your bait will do in the water. It's very inactive, not a good sign, you'd think. This is another flour, plain flour, very cheap. Again, it's very insoluble, partially soluble at least. And then we've got maize. This is maize flour again, very partially soluble, forming a layer on the bottom. This is custard powder. This is maize starch, but at least it has flavours and salts to help solubility. And then we've got this. Now, this is a really old school, fantastic ingredient. This is malt extract. The first ingredient in here is whey powder, very soluble, good binder. And then we got the whey. After the whey, we got malt extract, which is in a way, you think about CSL powder and others. So this is very similar, because obviously they're made out of either maize or wheat, and it's releasing all the nutrients in those cereals. And then the last ingredient of this is skim milk powder. So it's a brilliant ingredient. So this is the bulk of the bait. And in this case, you can have 1,000 grams semolina, you can have 500 grams of soft plain wheat flour. This is going to be 500 grams of corn flour, and then 1,000 of custard powder, and 1,000 of malt extract. You can go higher on the malt extract if you want more soluble bait, for sure. And here you've got grated cheese. Okay, I'm going to use 300 grams of that, and that's going to deliver salt form amino acid. Very often, true feeding triggers are compared with glutamate amino acid in their impacts. So this is salt form and glutamate, brilliant. Very old school. What we're going to do here is sweeten the bait up and help open it up as well with demerara sugar. I'm going to put about 200 grams of that in. If you want to go up market, then you can put molasses meal in, or some more dark muscovado sugar. It's totally up to you. I think that's worth it. I quite often mix this in with the liquids because it's much easier to make it distribute that way. Then we've got a very powerful sweetener, natural sweetener with no back taste, and this is stevia. Absolutely rate this stuff. I'm going to put about 40 grams of that in, and this is in the four egg mix, very old school. And this is the one I'm making right now is summer bait. I'm putting Bisto in, and this contains true feeding triggers, inosinates and guanolates. So all good. Right. So this is one I made earlier. It's got a bit of chia seed. You could put all sorts of other whole or ground seeds, nuts, all sorts of things, hemp. You can put spices, herbs, all kinds. The list goes on and on and on. But I'm trying to keep this a very cheap bait. So here we go. We've got 4 eggs in this bowl. Then we've got honey, a tablespoon of honey, tablespoon of Marmite, which is the activator. The honey is obviously going to feed that to make alcohol, as well as the molasses, which I put in there, another tablespoon. Loads of nutrients in there, plus betaine. Then moving around, let's see, I put fructose syrup in there, you put glucose syrup in there, maple syrup in there, more nutrients and sugars. And then moving here, this is a blend of about 20 ml to 30 ml of vanilla, alcohol-based vanilla flavour and orange oil flavour, £1.50 from supermarkets, and glycerol. So this is all to help the bait work the water column very effectively. And then there's a little bit of oil, probably 20 ml of sesame, but it could be groundnut, it could be hemp oil, it could be a blend of oils, whatever your favourites are. But you're just basically working the whole water column and increasing palatability there. And all you do with this, once you've made your base mix, you get a container, whether it's a big bag or a pot, mix it all up very, very thoroughly, and then you whisk up your blend here. A lot of people worry about being exact. Well, I can tell you now, 99% of all these baits will work for a limited time, even on hard waters, because they contain true feeding triggers. So there we go. All you just do is you add your powders gradually, and just mix them up until you make a firm paste, and away you go. And you can make these baits either as paste baits and air dry them, or you can actually make them, you can leave them in heat, let them ferment for a while, and you can freeze them, or you can turn them into boilies. But with boilies, definitely what I've recommend is to steam them rather than boil them, because if you boil them, you're going to get rid of a vast percentage of all the solubles, especially the flavours within the bait. So I'd say fast steam them. Okay, for more information, go to baitbigfish.com, and there's loads of free articles in there and loads of inspiration to keep you going for those big fish. Okay, tight lines.